Hello. Good evening, boos and ghouls. I have an enormous mirror blocking a lot of the screen here, but moving it around. I'm playing a Spotify mix of Siouxsie and the Banshees, and I'm gonna get ready for drag tonight. I'm not actually on the bill, but they asked for someone to do the doors, so I was like, oh, fuck it, I can do the doors. So let's see what we got. Alright, let's get started. So, it's going to start out pretty similar to my last makeup video. So, we're going to start off with our Color Revolution white foundation stick. Wait, no we're not. No we're not. We're going to prime first. Jesus fuck. Sorry, I've just shaved, I've washed my face, I've cleansed my face, and I've moisturized. And I was there like, oh cool, I'm ready to start. My face feels lovely and warm and soft and supple. It's like, no, you're not ready for that. You haven't primed. You're putting a lot of makeup on tonight. Please create a barrier between you and it. Otherwise tomorrow my face will be peeling and screaming in agony. There we go. And like that, the makeup sponge that I used last time is enormous because I didn't wet it before, which, yeah, I'm a foolish, silly person. Now, last time I was going for something cartoony. I was trying to do Pizza John, but on my face. This time I'm going for a style. I also, having edited the video today, looked back at it and was like, oh, I get it, cool. What I was doing was I was going into the very corner so no one could see what I was doing. Maybe I should put the mirror in front of the camera. It's so weird to me, right, that Siouxsie and the Banshees did some amazing music. Amazing music. And their biggest hits were always covers. Like, their big, like, chart topper was Dear Prudence, cover of the Beatles. This, The Passenger, is a cover. Peekaboo. Peekaboo, I believe, had some legal things because there's lines taken, but then made it very much their own. So it's not a cover, but they had to pay. This originally was going to be my drinking water, and then I realised I hadn't wetted my sponge, so... You know, sacrifices were made. Sacrifices to King Paimon, 9th of the Order, and his golden glorious crown. I may have just watched Hereditary. It's amazing. Oh, I'm liking this a lot better than the last time I did this. The coverage is far more even. So we definitely want to go around the eye and meet up. Powerful wing, and then a solid line-ended eyebrow. The chains. Where's one of my very simple little eyebrow pencils I can use to sketch out the general vicinity? I was going to do a red lip, but I have a dark lip I can do as well, which is pretty good. This is also from the Makeup Revolution. Who's a good look go with? Thank you! I haven't used this yet. It's a pure virginal piece. Ooh. So it's got a very smooth top. So what if I just apply it with a brush? I think that might be a nice way of doing it. And it's like black, and that's what I want. So let's try and... And my eyes get very weepy, so I generally avoid putting makeup in my waterline or too close to my eyes. I don't want to be there with my... I don't want to be there with my waterline weeping out. Yeah, sorry the stream is kind of impromptu. Don't want to cry vertically all night. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there we go. I closed it, and therefore I got my little crease on there. But honestly, I'm going to fill it in like crazy, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Get to crack into a new metallics palette I got. God, the reveal in this verse that they're literally singing about their favourite takeaway. Hong Kong Garden. suppose I should record some narration for the bits that are totally cut from sound due to DMCA takedown claims, which are completely fair. I knew I'd get away with it during the Twitch stream, but not afterwards, which is fine. I wanted to hang out with people and listen to some cool music. The really weird thing is that for the first part of all of this, the music is not audible by the audience. I have to tweak that later, so it was just me doing commentary on songs no one could hear. The great thing about using this, and then just using that, is that I can just, in theory, stamp my eye. Now there's a lot more product on it. I mean, it's still drag, so it's like, I am putting my waterline not exactly in the right place. My crease cut not exactly in the right place. People might need some more topical background music for this. Is this not topical? Can you not hear Siouxsie and the Banshees? Genuinely, can you not hear it? Because it should be coming through the speakers. Gonna have a lot more muting now that the music is playing on the stream. This is the point where I go do these beautiful geometric line eyebrows that Siouxsie has that I always love. They're kind of like, you can see especially right at this moment, they look like Egyptian hieroglyphics to me. Just the straight lines, but also the swoop. Just really gorgeous. I definitely drew them higher than maybe they were meant to be, but my defense is, it's drag. You know, it's hyperbolous, it's over the top, it's fine, don't worry about it. But I fill it in between. After extending the eyes down a bit further, the eyebrows down a bit further so they can meet up the eyes, I take out the Midnight's palette from Beauty Bay, source of many of the palettes I have, because I'm wearing a blue and pink and white trans-coloured collar to the event, with a lot of strappy things and a lot of fishnets, some of which you can see currently. So I want them to match. So I'm going for a very lavender lilac bottom part of the eye, and then a deeper blue at the top of the eye. So less pastel and trans and far more, a bit more of a gothy interpretation, a bit more in the sad mood kind of the colours, less pastels. Once I'm done with the eyes, the lower part of the eyes, I will start using it, you see here, the same colour to start contouring my nose. I decide this is a good colour to contour my cheeks with again later, so it's all, you know, normally I will use browns and a bit of a warm tone, but if I'm keeping it cold and gothy and moody, then that's why I'm starting to use the same lavender tone for the cheeks as well as the nose and the contour in general. Into it. Loving this! Okay, this is going very well. Onto the upper part of the eyes, I'm going for blue, like I said. I've got 3 blues in this palette, so I thought I would use each of them with a nice gradient. So the first one is called Mist, I believe. The second one is called something else, and the third one is called Denim. And so I just go over all of it with the light one, and then use the darker one, or the mid-tone one after that. And then I'll go in with Denim after that to do the edges, and really bring the darkness into the thing. Okay, good. And now there's a really dark one called Denim I'm going to do right in the corner. I really like where I have it now. What happens next is unfortunately quite disappointing. Metamorphic palette. I think I deleted the footage by accident, but the Metamorphic palette basically did nothing. I put a lot of the eyeshadow onto my eyes, and as you can see, all it really did was blend the colours together. I mean, it looks kind of metallic now, but it's not glittery at all. I shined light on my face, I moved my face around a lot, and there just wasn't any glitter going on. So, unfortunate, and it kind of just blurred the colours together to the extent that from a distance, it's clearly, it looks like blue. It looks like one shade of blue, and it was just quite disappointing. So, what I do afterwards here, just continuing on with it, I'm using more black to black the grey parts of my face with eyeliner. I'm definitely a big fan of these Make a Revolution colour sticks that I'm using. However, the black does go grey. So what I'm doing here is... Oh, I'm also trying to get the eyes to be slightly swoopier, because currently they just look straight, and it doesn't quite look right. It looks like I'm just painting a brick, like a Lego brick onto my face. Wasn't into that. So yeah, I dab back into that, and then I use the actual eyeliner to go around the eyes, because Fun fact, eyeliner's meant to go on the eyes, and therefore, if you let it dry, it doesn't smudge. Whereas the grease paint and foundation sticks absolutely do. Absolutely grey, absolutely muddy and getting those crevices, and stops making sense. Oh, and I found a really nice shape for the wings of the eyes here too. Moving on, I'm reshaping the face slightly, making it more angular and trying to make it more triangular specifically with a chin strap. I'm using the same blue that I've used on my eyes here to keep it all matching and, you know, keep it supernatural. I'm going for a white face. I like a nice outline or a clear line on a white face, making it clear that it's happening. I kind of end up bulbing my chin more than I want, but it does look artificial, which is kind of what I'm going for, something a bit out of this world. Like I mentioned before, I'm now using that same lilac-y, lavendery kind of colour to contour the cheeks. I'm also using a teensy bit of a darker purple right in the pocket, right in the very edge near the side of my face, just to give it a bit more dimension at the start. I think this turned out really well, and then I blend it into the face. And yeah, whilst it's not a natural colour to use, it's a very pale colour that I'm using on a very pale skin. So it does work. It doesn't look too unnatural, which surprised me. I thought it would look very much like someone has been face painting, but it turns out pretty great. So I use it under my lip to give that a bit of dimension, because I'm going to draw some big lips later. And then I'm going to use it all around the top of my head, the forehead, just so that it kind of blends the hairline into that as well. My forehead's always been quite large, and I feel it looks a little large here and empty, so what I want to do, because I don't have lots of hair to cover it, like Siouxsie does in this amazing picture, I decided to make a little pink triangle and make it slightly demonic by adding 2 little bits at the end. It doesn't quite come out as clear as I wanted it to, but the idea is there. It's the pink triangle, but made a little bit more cultic, a little bit more relevant to the evening that I'm going to. And I outline it just to make it a bit clearer. Now, I do have, from my friend Emily, these neon glow in the dark under UV light face paints. If that wasn't audible, Emily, aka Drawn in the Fog, lent me these face paint crayons that are UV reactive. So I wanted to have a good pop of the pink from the pink triangle. Because, you know, it's a drag event. There's probably some UV happening at some point. I wasn't sure, and honestly, it'd be on my own face, so I wouldn't even know. But I thought, it's a nice detail, and if people get to see it, that'll be pretty cool. And if they don't get to see it, who cares? I know it's there, I put the effort in, and I feel good. Alright, we're nearly there. I'm using a small brush to put some more of that white beneath my eyes, try to clear up some of the fallout, and help with the lilac nose contour, which kind of got a bit too wide. And I think it works out pretty well. The base of the face is turning out, honestly, a lot better than I expected. There is one thing to address, though. The kind of muddy speckles of black underneath my eyes cannot be fixed without wiping too much off. So I decided to cover them up instead with some lashes. I am no stranger to not putting lashes on my eyes and putting them around in a general vicinity. So I'm more than happy to use these Beauty Bay eyelashes again, which I've cut so they have, you know, cutting up your lashes is a very normal thing. To have a bit of an in, like a going like a shorter, that's the word, on the inside, so they look a little bit more natural. Oh, there we go, covered up. No one will ever know my secret shame. There is still just no audio at this point, so this is my favourite lipstick. This is the NYX Lingerie XXL in a very dark brownie colour. You've probably seen me put this on before in something else. And that's my outer lip. And then to give it a bit more dimension on the inside, I use a bit of Junebug, which is a collaboration between Trixie Mattel and Juno Birch, both drag queens, and Juno is a Manchester-based trans woman and drag queen. Incredibly funny, wonderful, exciting, and I would love to see her live someday. Kind of trip pants thing, borrowed from my love, Gwen. They've got buckles all down the outside. There's some needless straps. There's this collar. Oh, I mentioned earlier. Collar. Custom made by my partner Gwen. Wink. I'm being silly. That's not really an ad. There. And that also has this little strappy bit on here. Got a bra. Got my mesh. You kind of gotta have mesh if you're doing like 90s goth stuff, right? I don't know where the other hook is. How off kilt is this wig? Jesus. Okay, there we go. I've got a little bit of my natural hair protruding through, but only a little. Alright. Yeah. She's a spooky lady. Alrighty, y'all. I gotta go have some food before I head out, because I'm going to be out late this evening. Don't tell Mom. Oh, so goth. We are the weirdos, mister. We are. Looking great, have fun. Thank you! I feel appropriately trashy. Alright, let's see who's available for a little ride. Fuck it, I'm going to be basic and raid, loading ready run. Playing Baldur's Gate 3. I wonder who's on tonight. Loading Ready Run are a Canadian comedy troupe I have loved for a very long time. Super cool people. Alright. See you all later. Have a great night. Stay safe out there. Farewell. Not gonna lie, I enjoyed the heck out of this look. Appropriately trashy, as I said. Terrible lighting at the venue, but I loved it. And shout out to my friend Echo, pictured here. It was their first drag night, and I was so delighted to show it off to them. Thank you everybody for watching. It was probably a weird video with all the audio, no audio shenanigans going on. Have a wonderful Halloween and stay safe out there.